just turned off the TV. What'd you do? Kitty. I didn't have it. Kitty. Kitty, what did you do? Kitty, I'm running live in the other room. If there's anybody there, I'm on my way. Kitty, leave it alone. No, Kitty. No, Kitty. No, Kitty. Goodness. Heaven's sake. I'm trying to go live on YouTube. I am live on YouTube. And there's 12 people wondering why there's nobody in front of the screen. 14 people. Hi, y'all. I hit go live and the kitty decided to unplug the TV. And without their TV and their birds and their squirrels and all of that, it gets really, yeah. Hi, Butterfly. Hi, Kiki Eyes. Hi, Angie's Life. Hi, Melody Murphy. Hi, Crooked Arrow. I'm wearing red lipstick today and no bra, just so you know. How's everybody doing? How are you? Hello, Lillian. No bra for you either, Butterfly Kisses. That's why I'm wearing, well, it's a little bit cool here today. Yay. So I'm wearing a little hoodie. Yes, Crooked Arrow is a red lipstick queen. Melody, you have pneumonia? Honey? Lamala, I'm doing great. I'm doing really well. Now, we're not going to talk about today. We're going to give it at least one more day before we talk about the serious issue of ambiguous loss. I'm not ready. And by that, what I mean is I'm not. Hi, Juanita. Hi, Juanita. It's so good to see you in chat here. Thank you for coming in. Melody, Butterfly Kisses, and all the rest of us are sending healing thoughts and prayers to you. You take good care of yourself. I was going to say something, about the ambiguous loss, that we're going to talk about here. And we're going to look at Spudler's video. I have to get emotionally prepared. I've watched her video all the way through one time. I've watched snippets of it here and there on another day. I can't keep from crying when I watch it. Hi, Aurora Knight. Hi, Second to No One. So today is going to just be hi, Jam 420. Lillian, it's the $1.98 nail polish that I'm testing from Walmart. I would show you guys, it's starting to chip really badly on the end of this finger, but I don't want to show it to you like, you know, like I would like this, because I'd be flipping you off if I did. So anyway, ambiguous loss is such an extremely serious, sensitive, worthy topic to discuss. I have got to work on high pointer lover. I've got to work on having a grasp on my emotions. Because in Spudler's video, when we hear the interviews of those who are suffering from and dealing with ambiguous loss, it's heart-wrenching. So I'm going to say that until I feel like I can handle it responsibly. Now, hi, John McKinney. Hi, Carolina Wren. Good to see you, darling. John McKinney, where's my Carrie Bishop? Don't tell me she's not up, because she already put a comment under the short that I posted this morning. Unless, John McKinney, you are Carrie Bishop posing as John McKinney. Potato head. So, all right then. What are we going to talk about in this culty V? She went back to bed? Well, it is only 7:42 a.m. where you are. And that's not doxing. There's a really long strip along the western portion of the U.S. that is 2 hours behind us. Besides. Okay, so in today's no content live stream, if you have seen, hi, I'm that bee mama bear. If you have seen the community post of the email that I sent probably about around an hour ago to WJHL News. I had posted yesterday on our community tab after tagging Jody Sue Brown that I would be calling WJHL in regards to a particular matter. With further thought on the matter, I decided that I would email them. One reason for that is I wanted to be able to provide receipts to my audience, because my audience is accustomed to me doing what the F I say I'm going to do. Hi, Outdoorsy Life. You ordered the book? Is it still in print? Carolina Wren? I can't believe the 30 years later? Or is it 40 years? No, it's 30 years, I think, around there. Oh, how awesome, it's still in print. John, she growled at you. Well, you probably had it coming. Anyway, you know, when I look at your chat, hi, Grammy Lily. I'm not changing my name. You know that I get so into your chat that I'm like, so I'm not looking at you for a minute. It is a rare occasion here on Lip Lock No More. By the way, hi, I'm Susan and welcome. that I do anything that would actually require receipts, because usually over here I'm just jacking my jaws. But when I tell my audience I'm going to do something, or I make a community post saying I'm going to do something, then I feel that it is within reason that my audience would expect me to come back with receipts. Did you do what you said you were going to do? Or like a lot of YouTube channel holders and creators, are you just jerking our chain? Are you having us piss up a rope? No. Because I do not know how to and don't really want to. I've never recorded a phone call, ever. I don't even know how. Have no interest, like some YouTube creators do, in recording every fucking phone call they get. Whoop, pardon my language. So mulling it over, I thought, well, how am I going to, if I call WJHL, how am I going to substantiate to my viewers that I actually did, unless I call them on a live stream? I don't want to do that. That ain't my style. So I thought, well, you know how to take a screenshot, Susan, and you know how to post a screenshot to your community tab. So let's do this. Let's email WJHL with our 2 questions and hope that we get a response. Now, under yesterday's post where I said I was going to call WJHL, one viewer left a comment about me bringing minors into this, i.e., which means such as, and a lot of you say i.e. a lot, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I.e. means such as. Please stop misusing it. Yeah, I'm a little snarky. Well, because my question is about Jody Sue Brown's claim that her daughter was interviewed about the scream when she and Damien were interviewed about the scream, but that WJHL chose to edit out her daughter's part, hi, the real Hawk and Robin, due to threats, etc., that had been made regarding Jody Sue Brown's daughter. Now, Jody Sue Brown said that. Now, let me say this to the person who's telling me I shouldn't draw minors into this. I didn't. If it weren't for Jody Sue Brown's big fucking mouth, I wouldn't know she had a daughter. She brought her daughter into this. You got it? And this is the first time I have mentioned her daughter on my channel. If Jody Sue Brown had left her daughter out of it, there would be no need for her daughter to be brought into it. And evidently, since Jody Sue Brown felt like it would be fine and cool at that time to have her daughter interviewed by WJHL regarding the scream, she was fine with it then. To have her minor child broadcast on a regional news station that since that time, every word that has come out of the mouth of Ansley Daniels, as well as anyone else on staff at WJHL, they have become pretty much the primary source for those of us who speak of the disappearance of Summer Wells, WJHL has, when it comes to collecting information that we feel might be credible because it's a mainstream news source. I didn't do the interview for WJHL. I did not ask Jody Sue Brown if I could interview her daughter for WJHL. And I did not make the claim that her daughter's segment of the interview was edited out in order to protect her daughter. Jody Sue Brown made that claim on a live stream. Therefore, she brought her minor daughter into this. Now, as I have told my audience on more than one occasion, I know for an absolute fact, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that Jody Sue Brown is a bold-faced liar. How do I know that? Because she has bold-faced lied about me. I know if you're lying about me. I may not know if you're lying about Jenny and Adrian and Ziggy and Fred. I may not know if you're lying about Ryan and his wife, Jody Sue Brown. I may not know if you're lying about Mr. Chambers or if it was between 4:30 and 4:42. I don't know if a single word out of your mouth, your nasty, stinking, nicotine and tar stained, filthy mouth, Jody Sue Brown. I don't know if a single word you have ever said was a lie, except what you have said about me. And because I know for 100% that you are a liar, how do I know you're telling the truth about your daughter's segment in the Scream piece on WJHL in the Summer Moon Utah Wells case? I don't. Therefore, I'm going to the source. I'm asking WJHL 2 questions in an email this morning. Did you edit out that segment of the interview? Because. And did Jody Sue Brown approach WJHL about being interviewed, or, hi AP, did the staff of WJHL approach Jody Sue Brown? We'll see if I get an answer. Oh, Carrie Bishop, you decided to climb out of bed. Oh. It's a lie. Hi, Miss Liz. So anyway, anybody that wants to see the screenshot of that email, it is posted here on the channel on the community tab. And I took the screenshot right before I hit send. And you can see where the cursor is sitting, where I was about to make a correction in the email. So the email you're looking at has a couple of typos in it. But it has been sent. You were up half the night, baby. Well, I don't want to be nosy. Is your back hurting? I know. Tell me to mind my own business, Carrie. Anyway. So that's where that stands. And I will hopefully get an email in return. And regardless of what it says, if I get an email back, it will be posted. I'm not looking for confirmation bias. I'm looking for the truth. Boom. And as I replied to one person this morning, underneath that post, who said, I hope you remember who Jody Sue Brown is. I responded, I don't have to remember who Jody Sue Brown is. I know who Jody Sue Brown is. And I've had her in checkmate for 2 months. She has painted herself into a corner, and that is exactly where I intend to keep her. You made your bed, bitch. Sleep in it. I need a cigarette. So let me put my soda in the freezer. So, did anybody see the 1 minute and 5 second live stream from Can? I shared it on the community wall last night, I think. Pretty sure it was last night I shared it. Hi, Alwyn Flo Thinks. AP, you saw it. I'm that bee Mama Bear, you saw it. Carrie, you saw it. What do you guys think about that? Kiki, you saw it. What? Hi, Sally Carson. Real Walking Robin, you saw it. Hi, Not So Dumb Blonde. How are you, baby? When you haven't been on, baby, you've been working. I've been missing you, honey. I know you've popped in a time or two. Angie's Life, you saw it. Not So Dumb Blonde, you're hanging in there, baby. Okay. You keep hanging in there, baby girl. I say, girl, I'm sorry. I actually don't know your gender. I shouldn't genderize people that I don't know. You saw it, Grammy Luli. Real Rockin' Robin. No, Auntie Sherry, honey, these are, hey, Be More Busker. No, you cannot bum one. If you can't afford to buy your own cigarettes, you don't need to be smoking. So, Sally Carson, I've been wondering. Hi, Lisa. I've been wondering about them as well. Be More Busker, you just don't want to go downstairs. Oh, I don't know. There's some kind of discussion going on across the street, and I hear some swearing words, and it's two fellows. So, are you guys able to hear? Hi, Michael. Okay. We're going to go inside because there's some. Dude, I can hear you, please, with the language. Timmy, with the language. Cut it out, please. I can hear you. Sorry, y'all. Can you hear him? Okay, Sally, it's on her channel, Can. And I posted it on the community tab last night. No, honey, the younger man is complaining to the older man, his neighbor, about the woman that lives behind the younger man. And when you are using language like I use, with the exception of a word or two that I would not use unless I were really riled up, and he was making some threats. So I wanted to make them aware. I can hear you. So shut the F up or tone it down. This is my neighborhood. I don't tolerate much. Real Rockin' Robin, thank you, honey, for that. Let me say this about that. Timmy has special needs, and so sometimes his language how do I say this without making it sound like I'm making a blanket statement about anyone with special needs, because I'm not. I'm speaking specifically about my friend, an adult young man who has special needs. There are times that he doesn't realize. And he and I have been really good friends for over 10 years. So when I speak to him like I'm his mama or his grandma, he responds to me like I'm his mama or his grandma. So, you know. But see, he's a little out of control this morning, so I'm going to put the cigarette out and we're going to go in because he's making me angry. So much for enjoying a cigarette. Sometimes, and you guys have met Timmy here on the channel, sometimes when he gets angry and he doesn't have a mom in his life. He hasn't had a mom in his life since he was a baby. He lives with his daddy, who's a good man. And Timmy's a good man. But he has difficulty with anger management. And if he becomes angry, which he apparently is this morning, he spews vileness. Not towards me. He always is loving and respectful to me. But something has upset him this morning with the woman that lives behind him. So, thank you, AP, because that's what the boy needs. And I say boy, even though he's in his 30s. because to me, if you're less than 70 years old, you're a kid. So it's okay. It's all okay. He's good. So that was an unexpected, not so dumb line. Yeah. Without violating any privacy issues. There were some things that happened when Timmy was little, and it impacted his brain. Okay, so talking about Can's live stream. I showed it to Bob, my husband, last night, and he was like, what is, I'm like, I don't know. I'm showing it to you to get your thoughts. And he's like, I don't know what to think about that. And it's like she's got one of those projection lamps that projects like, kind of looks like the aurora borealis. And she's got her phone or camera pointed at the ceiling. It's like 1 minute and 5 seconds long. And I said to Bob, I said, baby, it takes me that long just to set up the live. It takes me probably, I mean, on average, around 1 minute if I'm using my phone. Now, if I'm using StreamYard, it takes a little bit longer. But when we're like on my phone, like she was using her phone, okay, Candace Bly Wells, the mother of Summer Wells, okay. It takes me 1 minute and 5 seconds to go to YouTube, go to Add Live, put in the title, which is required. If I'm going to have one, to put in a description or a fair use disclaimer. Go to advanced settings so that we're horizontal rather than vertical, and turn on monetization. Then go back and hit go live. That right there takes me about 1 minute to do, depending on how long the title is. So it took her as long to set up the live as the live was long. Within it, she, in a rather husky way, says to, and we know that it's Don Wells, the father of Summer Wells, because we know his voice. We know their voices. We don't have to see them. And I'm pretty sure they don't have voice changers, whatever. I'm not going down any weird ass. Okay. It's Don and Candace in their house at 110 Ben Hill Road. And Candace says to Don, isn't it beautiful? And I can't imitate his voice, but it's like, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby, it's beautiful. And Candace says to Don, I love you. And he says back to her, I love you, baby. And the live stream ends. Is she copying Jody Sue Brown, who apparently doesn't know how to record a short video and then just fucking upload it? You don't have to go live for 1 minute. Either of you bitches. You can make a short, 1 minute or less, or you can upload a video. You know, like when I walk around out in my yard and talk to you for 15 or 20 minutes, recording it. Then I end the recording, and then I go to YouTube, and I hit plus, upload video. What the fuck? You weren't even live long enough, Candace Bly, to have the live chat, which you had turned on. You weren't live long enough for the fucking notification to go out. What the hell? Okay, so now in here I got growling cats. Outside I got cussing men, and in the house I got growling kitty cats. I was wondering where Rockin' Robin. Hi, Eileen. I was like, are y'all eating shrooms tonight? Which is cool. That's cool. Babies, quit growling. But hi, Shay. Shay, baby. Baby, if you don't feel like being here, don't. Or if you want to be here, do. Darlings, for those who don't know, Kenny passed away. You're lonesome, baby. Our two country girl. Yeah. This one, I agree. I agree. Hi, Brenda Pittman. Hi, Sonia. Shay, you know we love you, honey. I'm so sorry that you lost Kenny. You've been through so much, Shay, here in the last 3 years. I'm glad you got to go sit with Kenny, Shay. Yeah, Sandy, the weather it's so nice here today. But y'all, Shay and Kenny were very, very close. And although Shay knew this was coming, how are we ever prepared for a loss like that? Shay, we understand, baby. Don't you worry about tagging people. Everybody can see you in the chat. And you know, every one of us has got our arms. We got a great big group hug going on right now for Shay. Yeah, we're Rockin' Robin. We're never prepared, baby. Even, you know it's coming. You've been told it's coming by those who would know. But it's still, hi, Liam's Nana, it still hurts so bad. The greater the love, the greater the loss. Okay, babies. I'd like to see if Timmy has stopped cussing. Because I really, really want to see her head. Let me see if he stopped cussing. It's almost like Tourette's when he gets angry. And bless his heart, he can't really help it. He's still sitting out on the porch. Okay, well, I don't want to subject my viewers, especially if there are any children within earshot. So let's do this. Let me just sit over here. Let's do this. Let's have a story. You used to sit on the outhouse toilet in the same hole when we were real little and we had to go at the same time. Shame. Excuse me, y'all. I'm getting choked on my own spit. Let me cough. Hang on. Let me mute for a second and cough. Well, Shay, you know I've bragged on this channel before. I was potty trained in a two-holer outhouse. We were uptown. We were in tall cotton, honey. Living high, eating high on the hog. Two-holer outhouse. And I was, you're going to have to do CPR on me. My sister would sit on one hole and I sat on the other hole. And then, of course, there was the time that my sister was 10 and a half years older than I. She thought she's been pretty slick when she was 14 years old and decided that she was going to steal one of our mama's Pall Mall red filterless cigarettes and sneak out to the outhouse to smoke it under the guise of taking me to go potty. I don't remember all the particulars of it because I was just a little kid. Let's see, if sister was 14, let me take that back. She'd have been 15 because I was 4. There we are, sitting in the outhouse, roughing up, or smoothing, not roughing up, but crinkling up the yellow index pages out of the either Sears and Roebuck or Montgomery Ward catalog. Or it might have been Spiegel, because that was our toilet paper. And you had to crinkle it to get it so it would actually work as toilet paper. And my sister was just a puffing away on that Pall Mall red. And the door to the outhouse flung open suddenly and unexpectedly, where our mother was standing with a bucket of water, which she proceeded to throw into the outhouse. And drench both my sister and I. And our mother's, Mama said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the outhouse was on fire, but I see that you were just smoking one of my cigarettes, because the smoke from the cigarette." Mama, yes, she can see this. She knew the outhouse wasn't on fire. Mama knew the difference between the smell of cigarette smoke and the smell of a wood fire. As best as I could recollect, my sister never did steal another one of my mother's cigarettes or go to the outhouse to smoke. But she did eventually begin buying Viceroy cigarettes. Her own. Well, how long have we been on here? 44 minutes. Okay. Today, there's a song, Grammy Lily, there's a song in there somewhere. Shay, look here what you started. Got me telling stories on my sister, who's not even here on the earth to defend herself. It's true. It is absolutely the truth. I'm glad it was summertime. If Mom had thrown that bucket of water into that outhouse and it'd been snow, well, she wouldn't have done it if it was cold because Mama wasn't mean. She just made her points in certain ways. She could have, back in them days in the 50s, honeys. Hi, Weepy. Mama could have paddled my sister, even though she was 15 years old. She could have paddled her for stealing from her, and she could have paddled her for smoking when she wasn't supposed to. And she could have paddled her for having me in the outhouse fibbing that I needed to go potty. There's several reasons Mama could have paddled my sister, but my mother didn't choose to use corporal punishment. Mother either used humor or, in some cases, a bucket of water. Weepy, before I go into the story, I want to say your daughter and your grandchild were beautiful. Thank you for the photograph. Calling Joe Clark. In our continuing saga, you're welcome, Weepy. Today, we will be once again reading a story in its politically correct form, of course, as written by James Finn Garner and copyrighted in 1994 by, I believe, Macmillan Publishing Company, New York, New York. Modern Tales for Our Life and Times. Please feel free, as I'm reading the story to you, to either just enjoy the story itself as it is presented, or if you want to play along with the little game that we have been playing here on Lip Lock No More as we read these stories, if you wish, you can insert in your mind or even in chat if you really want to. Just be careful how you phrase things. We don't want a target on your back. Thank you, Carrie. Because I do not own the rights to this material. I appreciate that copyright disclaimer. But if you wish, rather than the characters that are within the story, you may insert any YouTube creator into any character slot that you wish. Today's story, in its politically correct form, is Jack and the Beanstalk. Kitty, what are you scratching at? Jack and the Beanstalk by James Finn Garner, politically correct. Once upon a, oh wait, I forgot. We can't have a story without. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweedly-deet, rockin' Robin, tweet, tweedly-deet, go rockin' Robin, 'cause we're really gonna rock tonight. She rocks in the treehouse all day long, rockin' and a boppin' and a singin' the song. All the little birdies on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, 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 rockin' Robin, tweet, tweedly-deet, rockin' Robin, tweet, tweedly-dee, go rockin' Robin, 'cause we're really gonna rock tonight. We need some baby gels, I believe it's called, baby gels. And thank you, not changing my name, for asking everybody to have a good afternoon. It is 94.30% pure THC live resin. And it's clogged. I don't want to suck too hard. If I do, I might suck my dental bridge down my throat. Although it would probably get hung up on my uvula, and so I wouldn't have to wait until it came out the other end. It would just hang up on my uvula and I could reach back there and then put it back in place. Jack and the Beanstalk. I'm waiting to see if I'm going to cough. And you guys are like, are you going to read the fucking story or not? Excuse me. Once upon a time, on a little farm, lived a boy named Jack. He lived on the farm with his mother, and they were very excluded from the normal circles of economic activity. This cruel reality kept them in straits of direness until one day Jack's mother told him to take the family cow into town and sell it for as much as he could. Never mind the thousands of gallons of milk they had stolen from her. Never mind the hours of pleasure their bovine animal companion had provided, and forget about the manure that they had appropriated for their garden. She was now just another piece of property to them. Jack, who didn't realize that non-human animals have as many rights as human animals, perhaps even more, did as his mother asked. On his way to town, Jack met an old magic vegetarian who warned Jack of the dangers of eating beef and consuming dairy products. "Oh, I'm not gonna eat this cow," Jack said. "I'm gonna take her into town and sell her." By doing that, you'll just perpetuate the cultural mythos of beef, ignoring the negative impact of the cattle industry on our ecology and the health and social problems that arise from meat consumption. But you look too simple to be able to make these connections, my boy. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll offer a trade of your cow for these 3 magic beans, which have as much protein as that entire cow, but none of the fat or sodium. Jack made the trade gladly and took the beans home to his mother. When he told her about the deal he had made, she grew very upset. She used to think her son was merely a conceptual rather than a linear thinker, but now she was sure that he was downright differently abled. She grabbed the 3 magic beans and threw them out the window in disgust. Later that day, she attended her first support group meeting with mothers of storybook children. The next morning, Jack stuck his head out the window to see if the sun had risen in the east again. He was beginning to see a pattern in this. But outside the window, the beans had grown into a huge stalk that reached through the clouds. Because he no longer had a cow to milk in the morning, Jack climbed the beanstalk into the sky. At the top, above the clouds, he found a huge castle. It was not only big, but it was built to larger than average scale, as if it were the home of someone who just happened to be a giant. Jack entered the castle and heard beautiful music wafting through the air. La la la, la la la, la la la, fa la la, la la la. He followed the sound until he found its source. A golden harp that played music without being touched. And next to this self-actualized harp was a hen sitting on a pile of golden eggs. Now, the prospect of easy wealth and mindless entertainment appealed to Jack's bourgeois sensibilities. So he picked up both the harp and the hen and started to run for the front door. Then he heard the thundering footsteps and a booming voice that said, "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an English person. I'd like to learn more about his culture and his views of life and share my own perspectives in an open and generous way." Unfortunately, Jack was too crazed with greed to accept the giant's offer of cultural interchange. "It's only a trick," thought Jack. "Besides, what's a giant doing with such fine, delicate things? He must have stolen them from somewhere else, so I have every right to take them." His frantic justifications, remarkable for someone with his overtaxed mental resources, revealed a terrible callousness to the giant's personal rights. Jack apparently was a complete sizist who thought that all giants were clumsy, knowledge impaired, and exploitable. When the giant saw Jack with the magic harp and the hen, he asked, "Why are you taking what belongs to me?" Jack knew he couldn't outrun the giant, so he had to think fast. He blurted out, "I'm not taking them, my friend. I'm merely placing them in my stewardship so that they can be properly managed and brought to their fullest potential. Pardon my bluntness, but you giants are too simple in the head and don't know how to manage your resources properly. I'm just looking out for your interests. You'll thank me for this later." Jack held his breath to see if the bluff would save his skin. The giant sighed heavily and said, "Yes, you are right. We giants do use our resources foolishly. Why, we can't even discover a new beanstalk before we get so excited and pick away at it so much that we pull the poor thing right out of the ground." Jack's heart sank. He turned and looked out the front door of the castle. Sure enough, the giant had destroyed his beanstalk. Jack grew frightened and cried, "Now I'm trapped here in the clouds with you forever." The giant said, "Don't worry, my little friend. We are strict vegetarians up here, and there are always plenty of beans to eat. And besides, you won't be alone. 13 other men of your size have already climbed up beanstalks to visit us and stayed." So Jack resigned himself to his fate as a member of the giant's cloud commune. Oh, did that say YouTube? Oh, no, it said cloud commune. For a second, I thought it said YouTube, but it said cloud commune. Okay, let's go on. He didn't miss his mother or their farm much, because up in the sky there was less work to do and more than enough to eat. And he gradually learned not to judge people based on their size ever again, except for those shorter than he. The end. Jack in the Beanstalk did not get to go home. He was trapped in the clouds with 13 other men of his size for all eternity. But he didn't worry the least little bit, because he was a lazy little fellow, and there was less work and more beans. So there is your story about non-thinking, greedy people who exploit in order, all of that stuff. So we need a song. We've been on here over an hour. We need a song and goodbye. I don't want to take you out with me to smoke again in case Timmy's cussing. Why, John, do you fart if you eat beans? Hi, nature lover. Nature lover, if you happen to see, and it's not in very good focus, I've uploaded 2 shorts, and I've uploaded a bunch of shorts, but in one that I uploaded this morning, there are 2 bees in it on my Cosmos. The one that I uploaded that has the sedum in it, that has Michael Jackson, that has Janet Jackson, has a bee in it. Nature lover, I'm wondering, if you look at those videos, can you tell me if they're honeybees? Am I attracting the right kind of bee? You have bad guts. John McKinney, thank you, nature lover. I don't guess there's any wrong kind of bee, but you're the expert. And all I do is grow in my bee and butterfly garden the things that they like that I can grow here. And usually I get bumblebees, but I've had over the last several weeks, I think I counted, well, how do you know when you're counting bees? Maybe you counted the same bee 6 times. But 2 for sure, and I'm pretty sure they're honeybees. Anyway, I hope they are. Hi, my ranch. But nature lover, I don't think there's a bad bee, unless it's killer bee, baby, buzzing around your hive. Okay. I'm sure it's honeybees or bumblebees. Yeah, bumblebees I can recognize, honey, nature lover. These are the size of like a regular bee. And He's yellow up here. It's not pollen on his legs. He's yellow up here. I think he's kind of fuzzy and yellow. And he's black. Shay, I've never been stung by a bumblebee, but I have been stung by a honeybee. I've told the story on here before. It's my brother's fault. Well, no, it's my fault because I actually let it see the light. And when my brother said, if you let it see the light, it's going to sting you. And I had captured bees in that way off of the clover, where you come down on, you have your hands ready and you come down on it and you cup it in your hand and make sure that they can't see any light. Oh my gosh, Pink, I hate hornets and yellow jackets. I've been stung inside my mouth by a yellow jacket. Got into a soda pop can that I left sitting outside. Yeah. But anyway, enough about bees. So, yeah. Song. Oh, hey, how about a song about my hometown? That's what popped into my head. I got to stand up to sing. I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there, and I'm gonna get me one. I'm gonna be standing on the corner of 12th Street and Vine. I'll be standing on the corner of 12th Street and Vine. With my Kansas City baby and my bottle of Kansas City wine. Well, I might take a train, I might take a plane, but if I have to crawl, I'm gonna get there just the same. Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there. I'm gonna get me one. I said I might take a train, I might take a plane, but if I got a hitchhike, I'll get there just the same. I'm going to Kansas City. Here I come. They got some crazy little women there. And I'm gonna get me one. Darlings, please continue putting into practice being kind to one another. And I'm not going to shut up about it until you do. Don't forget, I have ESPN too. You have a chip behind your right ear. It was secretly implanted while you were daydreaming. It feeds back all the information to me. And it tells me, ooh, yes, Susan, your viewers are being kind one to another as well as to others in their real lives. Oh my God, what have you done? You're a co-leader. You've made us be kind one to another. And don't ever forget, it ain't gonna hurt you none. It's not going to put a dent in your pocketbook. And it's going to come a rolling back on you like a roll tide in a Razorback game. It's football season. What do you want? It's going to come back to you. Blessing, karma, however you want to put it. You wait and see. You put it into practice. And then you come back and tell me if I'm lying. You won't be able to tell me I'm lying. That kindness is going to come all over you like a blessing, like a blanket, like a mantle, when you expect it the least. But the good Lord above knows you need it the very most. Now get the hell out of my house. I've got things to do. I love you. See you on the next one. Thank you for being here today. If I missed you in chat, I'm sorry. Well, I might take a plane. I might take a train. If I have to crawl, I'll get there just the same. Get out.